Xirong or Rong were various people who lived primarily in and around the extremities of ancient China known as early as the Shang dynasty. They were typically to the west of the later Zhou state from the Zhou Dynasty onwards. They were mentioned in some ancient Chinese texts as perhaps related to the people of the Chinese civilization. Etymology. The historian Li Feng says that during the Western Zhou period, since the term Rong, warlike foreigners, was often used in bronze inscriptions to mean warfare, it is likely that when a people was called Rong, the Zhou considered them as political and military adversaries rather than as cultural and ethnic others. After the Zhou dynasty, the term usually referred to various peoples in the West during early and late medieval times. Prusek suggests relations between the Rong of Zhou and the Ren tribes known in Shang. Xirong was also the name of a state during the Spring and Autumn and Warring States periods of Chinese history. The Xirong, together with the Eastern Dongyi, Northern Baidi, and Southern Nanman, were collectively called the Siyi for barbarians. The Liji record of rites details ancient stereotypes about them. The people of those 5 regions, the Middle States, and the had all the several natures, which they could not be made to alter. The tribes on the east were called. They had the hair unbound, and tattooed their bodies. Some of them ate the food without its being cooked. Those on the south were called man. They tattooed the foreheads, and had the feet turned in towards each other. Some of them ate the food without its being cooked. Those on the west were called. They had the hair unbound, and wore skins. Some of them did not eat grain food. Those on the north were called. They wore skins of animals and birds, and dwelt in caves. Some of them also did not eat grain food. The people of the Middle States, and of those, man and all had their dwellings, where they lived at ease, the flavors which they preferred, the clothes suitable for them, the proper implements for use, and the vessels, which they prepared in abundance. In those 5 regions, the languages of the people were not mutually intelligible, and the likings and desires were different. To make what was in the minds apprehended, and to communicate the likings and desires, in the east, called transmitters; in the south, representationists; in the west, and in the north, interpreters. Spade-foot 3-legged pottery vessels as well as 1- and 2-handled pots were primary cultural characteristics of the Xirong timeline. According to Nicolas di Cosmo, Rong was a vague term for warlike foreigner. He places them from the upper Wei River Valley and along the Fen River to the Taiyuan Basin as far as the Taihum Mountains. This would be the northwestern edge of what was then China, and also the transition zone between agricultural and steppe ways of life. c. 964 BCE, King Mu of Zhou defeated the Quan Rong and the following year attacked the western Rong and Xirong. 859 BCE, King Yi of Zhou capital attacked by the Rong of Taiyuan. 877-841 BCE, King Li of Zhou, western Rong and Xian raid deep into Zhou territory. 827-782 BCE, King Shan of Zhou sends the state of Qin to attack western Rong who submit and cede territory, sends the state of Jin against the northern Rong, following year destroys the Rong Zhang clan. 781-771 BCE, King Yu of Zhou is killed by the Quan Rong, ending the Western Zhou. During the Western Zhou, various Rong groups are interspersed among the cities of the North China Plain. It seems that the Baidi were pressing the Rong from the north. 714 BCE, Northern Mountain Rong attack the state of Shang. 706 BCE, the same group attacks Shi. 693-662 BCE, Zhu Zhuang of Lu, ruler of the state of Lu, has many wars with the Rong. 664 BCE, Shan Rong attack the state of Yan. 662 BCE, Baidi drive the Rong out of Taiyuan. 650 BCE, were Rong attacked by the states of Qi and Zhou. After 650 the Rong are rarely mentioned. They seem to have been mostly absorbed by the states of Qi and Jin. 314 BCE, Qin defeated the last hostile Rong tribe. Threats from unified nomadic incursions would eventually reappear under the Zhou identity during the subsequent Qin and Han dynasties. Ethnicity. It is believed that the Quan-Rong during the Western Zhou Warring States period spoke a Tibeto-Burman branch of the Sino-Tibetan languages, and united with the Jiang clan to rebel against the Zhou. The 7th century commentary to the Hansu by Yan Shigu says, among the various Rong tribes in the western regions, the Wusun's shape was the strangest, and the present barbarians who have green eyes and red hair, and are like a macaque, belong to the same race as the Wusun.